Well, hello and welcome to the Famous Computer Cafe. This is Ellen Walker.
And this is Andy Velkoff, and we want to wish all of you out there a happy Valentine's Day.
That's right. My Valentine happens to be in bed today, sick with a cold. So hello to Michael. I know you're listening. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you. I said it on the air.
There you go.
Oh, my God. Anyway, we have a wonderful show today. I mean, a gorgeous day. It's Valentine's Day. What more could you want? And on top of that, you get to listen to the Famous Computer Cafe. Really. Our guest today is Tony Sneed, and he is with a company called Tascor, excuse me. It's Taz everything in this company, as you'll hear sooner or later. And
are they from Tasmania?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, what we're talking about today is a multi-level marketing idea involved with software, and it's also a protection against piracy. They have some interesting ideas on this, and it's a fascinating subject, I think, something you all should learn about. So,
and we are giving away, of course, this week we've been giving away Tellurium games, formerly Trillium, and we're giving away, by Spinnaker Software, and we're giving away Ray Bradbury's game Fahrenheit 451 today. And
right.
So for one lucky caller who calls in, will receive a copy of Fahrenheit 451.
That's right, and this is patterned after his very popular and very good book, and it's a wonderful game. So you definitely should want to call in for this, if not also to find out about what's going on in this world of software here. Okay, for the numbers to call, in Los Angeles, 628-KIEV, in the San Fernando Valley, 989-KIEV, Glendale Burbank, 956-KIEV, San Gabriel Valley, 443-KIEV, South Bay Area, 835-KIEV, Orange County, 714-739-KIEV, West LA, 837-KIEV. Also, stay tuned. The news is coming up, and a call from John Dvorak up in San Francisco. We'll be right back.
Start with the world's best-selling database system. Give it enhanced features to make it faster, more powerful, and easier to use, and you have the makings of a software heavyweight. DBase 3, Ashton Tate's hot new package for your 16-bit PC. With DBase 3, you can create records with up to 128 fields, access 10 files at once, and run other programs like communications or word processing without leaving DBase 3. You can read non-DBase files from other software programs or mainframe databases. And you can easily convert your DBase 2 files and programs to DBase 3. If you get stuck, help is at your fingertips with multiple help screens. And where do you go to see this powerful new program? Go see David and Betty Sun at Sun Computers in the city of Carson. They'll tell you what you need to know about DBase 3 and more. Sun Computers is located at 20925 South Bonita in Carson. Or call 213-538-8338. That's 213-538-8338. Sun Computers in Carson, a soft cell dealer.
Come to order. We'll start with a presentation on foreign production.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you can see from this pie chart produced with GraphWriter software on my personal computer, a large portion of our foreign world production comes from Peru.
Excuse me, Wilson, but we wanted to see how business is going in Turkey.
Well, no problem, Mr. Selwick. I'll just bring up this stacked bar chart. Voila! Wool production in Turkey.
We don't care about wool production, Wilson. Show us how silk is doing.
Well, no problem, Mr. Dandridge. Silk production is up, as you can see in the surface line chart.
Well, thank you, Wilson. Wonderful job.
You've just heard a graphic demonstration of the importance of software for business graphics in getting your point across. For a full range of presentation graphics, get GraphWriter by Graphic Communications for the big picture.
And GraphWriter is available at Computer Showcase. Computer Showcase is located at 10517 Pico Boulevard in Los Angeles. Or call 474-6409. That's 474-6409. This message is sponsored by Soft Team Distributors.
Well, hi. This is Ellen at the Famous Computer Cafe News and Salad Bar with a little light lunch and a little news for all of you. The Wall Street Journal reported today that U.S. exports of computers to China set an all-time record in 1984. Liberalized U.S. export control regulations helped U.S. sales to double from 1983 to 84. Online Today reports that an analyst with Link Research Corporation is predicting a veritable explosion in home banking by computer this year. At the end of 1984, there were an estimated 43,000 home banking customers. Analyst Burnell Wright told USA Today that he expects there will be 2.1 million customers by 1990. American Banker magazine estimates that there are 22 banking institutions across the country with operational systems and 25 pilot projects. Most banks are still charging for the service, between $8 to $15 per month. But so I hear, the more of us who sign up and participate, the lower the fee we'll get. Electronic Arts has announced a price change for their personal productivity program called Get Organized. The price reduction from $199 to $99 is effective February 1st, and according to Trip Hawkins, the president of Electronic Arts, is being effected in order to appeal more to the people who use computers for small businesses and in the home. Get Organized features an electronic Rolodex, a calculator, notepad, telecommunications, word processing, a lot of stuff, and is available for the IBM PC and the PC Junior. Federal Express is betting that offices aren't getting personal computers as fast as everyone thinks. They're hoping that businesses will buy their new Zap Mailer transmission machine rather than depend on a PC to do the job. With the Zap Mailer, neither the sender nor the receiver needs to own a PC, just a Zap Mailer. And transmissions are more expensive than computer mailboxes. Apparently, you'll see ads coming up in Business Week, Fortune, Newsweek, etc. for the Zap Mail service, which costs between $75 and $200 a month. More news on Steve Wozniak. Our sources tell us that the Woz is developing a piece of equipment that will attach to your home video system. An Apple spokesperson said it will not be related to home computers and that the new company may be called MBF, standing for My Best Friend. Maybe John Dvorak has some interesting info on that one. And for all of you out there, last but not least, who haven't bought a computer yet, I want you to know that Mattel is introducing a new line of Barbie dolls, and even Barbie has her own PC. So I think it's time to jump on the bandwagon. And I have one last thing. This is sort of a bulletin board item. I had one of our listeners call in, a gentleman named Jim, and I can't remember his last name, who was looking for information on a guest we had who was talking about PC networks. I lost the little piece of paper that I wrote it down on. I should have put it in my PC, but I didn't. And so I don't know how to get back to Jim, but I have the information. So if he's listening, please call, and I will get back to you. That's it for the news and the bulletin board, and now I think we have Mr. Dvorak.
Hi, John. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, I do have an anecdote for you on that My Best Friend thing.
Okay.
This is a story I got from an Apple employee because there's a lot of people over there upset about Wozniak leaving. I think it's largely due to the split between the two group and the Mac group. But apparently, the story goes that for years on board meetings and other presentations, Steve Jobs would give his presentation and then always introduce Wozniak as my best friend.
Uh-huh.
And what had happened over like 6 months to a year ago or someplace in that time frame, he started introducing John Scully as my best friend.
Uh-huh.
It was like kind of an inside, kind of a poke.
Uh-huh.
And the question is, can you have two best friends?
Obviously you can't.
This was bothering me all through high school, I want you to know.
So, what do you hear about Radio Shack, John?
Hot stuff. I found out some insider over there sent me a pile of gossip, including apparently the company's upset about rumors that they will drop its Model 4. Apparently it's dropping the cassette version of the Model 4 and intends to make the Model 4 forever. So that's a bum rumor. But some of the things they do have on the drawing board, apparently you can expect to see a Tandy AT lookalike by the third quarter of 1985. I've been doing research into the IBM AT, trying to find out what kind of disk drive failures they're having, which is the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been running into a brick wall. It's been very difficult to find out what's going on.
So that's going to be an RSAT or RSAT?
Yeah, really.
Oh, God.
Eventually. So I'll have that eventually, but, I haven't got it. Tandy's also going to beef up their color computer so it competes directly with the Commodore 128, so you can expect to see finally putting some memory in these machines.
Uh-huh.
Starting up a couple of new divisions, a telecommunications division and a home satellite broadcast disk division.
What's that?
Well, they're putting these new satellites up that will be able to send signals at a frequency that will allow you to capture a television channel directly from a satellite with a very small dish, like of one couple-foot dish. I think 18 inches or something, some very small number. Make it very inexpensive to put a little dish on your roof and pick up some of these channels.
Kind of like our dessert bowls here at the famous Computer Cafe, right?
I think they're made by the same company.
Right.
Maybe we could market ours. Yeah, okay.
Put that little
Put that logo on there, yeah.
little noise amp. Anyway, Tandy's also looking into the importation of some kind of Apple look-alike, expected to sell for about $500.
Is this an Apple II look-alike?
Yeah, an Apple II look-alike, or 2E, or one of those. It's an Apple look-alike of some sort. I don't know if they're going to bring them in from Taiwan. I don't know. But they also intend to start selling Apple and IBM software, which is a switch.
Wow. What accounts for all this activity at Radio Shack?
Well, apparently they're having nothing but trouble with their computer division. The sales are dropping. They've lost almost half of their market share that they once owned. They once kind of they had a corner on certain parts of the market, and they've slowly been losing it. And so I think they're making a bunch of changes. The philosophy of the company has always been to experiment with products and then drop them if they don't make it. It's been kind of this statement made by Charles Tandy years ago to do that. And I think what we're just finding out, most of the stuff is pretty secretive. I just happen to get a whole load at once. So I don't know if this is all happening right immediately or over a period of time. Anyway, that's about it.
That sounds great.
John, I know a week from now we're all going to be, well, not all of us, but most of us are going to be at the Mac World Expo, right?
Absolutely.
Ellen's frowning because she's going to be personing the fort here.
I'm not going to get to meet you even next week.
Oh, too bad.
I know, but we'll be talking on the phone. Andy and Michael are going to corner you on the floor up there, and we'll talk to you on the phone live from San Francisco Macworld Expo.
Yeah, there should be a lot of fun things happening. It'll be these shows when they're the first couple of times they do a show like this, they're usually pretty successful and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
good.
John, good talking with you, and we'll be seeing you and hearing you next week.
Will do.
Take
Okay.
care.
Talk to you later.
SuperCalc 3 by Sourcem is a spreadsheet that's extremely easy to use, swift, and powerful, and it's priced lower than most other leading spreadsheet programs. SuperCalc 3 has all the built-in functions expected in a high-quality spreadsheet, and a lot more. SuperCalc 3's features include an on-screen help function, spreadsheet consolidation and sorting capabilities, calendar and date calculations, simple data management, functions, and windowing. The integrated graphics capability is superbly presented, allowing plotting and printing of charts in up to 99 colors. SuperCalc 3 provides you with the ability to create pie charts, bar charts, line charts, and XY graphs. The graphics are integrated into the command structure, so once you learn SuperCalc 3, plotting and graphing the results of your calculations is as easy as pie. To get a taste of the simplicity and power of SuperCalc 3, walk into Simply Software, where they'd love to whip up a quick demonstration. Simply Software is located at 3001 Sepulveda Boulevard in Manhattan Beach, or call 213-546-2467. That's 213-546-2467. Simply Software, a soft sell dealer.
A partner. What is it? I never really thought about it much. But I guess a partner is someone who shares the burdens and rewards of your business with you. A partner does some things better than you do. Even does some things you can't do at all. That's why you're partners. You balance each other out. Without my partner, I never could have made it. I really think the secret to a successful business is a successful partnership.
This word about partners has been brought to you by Star Software Systems, makers of the Accounting Partner. The Accounting Partner, a complete, sophisticated accounting package specially designed for small businesses. The Accounting Partner includes general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, invoicing, purchase orders, and payroll, all for a very affordable $395.
The Accounting Partner by Star Software Systems is available at Software Central. Software Central is located at 650 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, or call 818-793-4101. This message is sponsored by Soft Team Distributors. Okay, this is Ellen, and you're here with me at the famous Computer Cafe, and I'm here with Tony Sneed. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you very much, Ellen.
Great, it's good to have you. First of all, let me tell you, Tony is with a company called Tascor. That's Tascor, right?
Right.
And why don't you tell me a little first? What is your title with this company?
I'm the president of
You're the
Tascor.
president. Okay. And what is this company in 25 words or less?
Okay, 25 words or less. Tascor was founded in 1983 by two IBMers and 4 Caltech graduates. Mr. Sterling, who's our venture capitalist, provided cash and capital and just said, start a company that's based on the belief of respect for intelligence. We asked, what does such a company do? He said, well, here's the money, figure out what it should do.
So at the time he gave you the capital, you didn't have any idea about what you were going to do.
That's exactly correct, Ellen.
How wonderful. Here, have some money, go start a company.
That's exactly what he did, only it has to be consistent with that belief, which was the challenge. So since all of us had backgrounds in software and technology, particularly the Caltechers who'd worked on NASA missions and whatnot, and we felt that it would be in the technology area. And we began designing a system that we felt addressed a need in the industry, which is software pirating, which of course is causing prices to go up because as the pirating increases, the authors and distributors raise the price, which causes more pirating. The idea was to create a recopyright system where each user would not only own the product and the right to use it, but the right to recopyright it.
Okay, and your philosophy here is that if the user is compensated in some way for recopying it, that he will not then promote piracy.
Not only that, Ellen, and that's a very good point, the compensation is rather considerable as a branch of the network grows from a user. But there's also a very nice feature that we found, which Mr. Sterling liked after he saw it in effect, which is users or representatives that begin recopying the software have an economic incentive to support new users and make sure the software is easy to use, and will actually sit down with new customers to help them become familiar with it. And in many cases, if they're novices with computers and are a little afraid of the machine, but they've spent $2,000 or $3,000, we'll actually hold them by the hand and show them how to get their machine started. So there's a nice infrastructure and sharing kind of mechanism that compensates the representatives that respect the intelligence of the customers best by giving them the best possible support.
Now it sounds to me like since this is a multi-level marketing idea, there's some similarities to, say, Herbalife and who knows, I can't remember all the other ones. But my husband and I used to be involved in one in a multi-level marketing idea for selling securities and insurance. So I'm very familiar with that. But there's a little twist here in that you've got the piracy and copyright protection idea, which you don't have with Herbalife. I mean, who cares? You know, if somebody...
There's a very nice feature of software over any other kind of product that you can market in this fashion. If, for example, you were an Herbalife or Amway, whenever you ran out of product, you would have to go back to the center and reorder it. And in many cases, people end up filling up their homes with products that'll obsolete, and they're left holding the inventory. We felt we were consistent with the belief of respect for intelligence by having the diskettes where you buy a single copy, and if you need to sell 200 or 300, you can get it all from that single diskette, which means you have no inventory that you're left holding. And in addition, it's not just multi-level marketing, it's multi-level production, which is to say our production capabilities aren't centralized. They're decentralized into the network, the 5 million strong network of PC owners throughout the country.
So this is an option to the traditional way of buying your software through a software store who gets it from a distributor who gets it from a manufacturer. This is a little bit different. You're basically going straight from the author to the user.
That's correct, and there's some cost savings to the customer when that occurs. For example, to sell 1 million copies of a product that costs $250, the distributor has to produce 1 million copies, physical diskettes, produce 1 million manuals, and then insert the 1 million diskettes into the 1 million manuals and ship all of that bulk to the 1 million customers that need it. In addition, for each copy that's sold, 5 illegal copies will be made. This all increases the expense of the product to the end user or the customer. To avoid all of that, in Tascor, since the products are copied from user or recopied from user to user, all of the expense of the packaging, the marketing, and the distribution and shipping is removed, which reduces our products by 20 to 80% in cost to the final user.
Got it. Well, we have a few calls. Let's take a call from a listener, one call before we go on a break. Hi, you're on the air. This is Ellen. Who's this?
This is Kurt.
Hi, Kurt. How are you?
Okay.
Hi, Kurt.
I'd like to ask the President, do you deal at all with Apple computers or just IBMs?
The current business plan, which is being handled by Mr. Albert, will bring Apple online into the network in the June-July timeframe.
Okay. I have another question for you about that. I am a blind person.
Yes.
And we use the Echo 2 or 2 Plus synthesizer. And I'm wondering if there is any way to put the commands in the program so that they would load the synthesizer if you have it. You know, the needed codes for the synthesizer without breaking the copyright and the piracy protections that you're talking about. Because one of the problems that we have as blind people is that there are very few programs that we can run because most programs that you run cancel the voice out right away.
I see. That's a very good question, and what I'd like to do is take your name and phone number down and have one of our representatives contact you after the show with some follow-up that would be personally tailored to your needs.
Okay. The computer cafe people have the name and phone number.
Right, we have it.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, so if I understand your question, you want to know if there's a way to put some code into the software that you might get that will accommodate you as a blind person but won't hurt the licensing laws.
That's correct. Yes, because there's one basic program that we, at least as Echo 2 Plus users, use to use the 2 Plus synthesizer, and there are ways around. I wonder if there's ways that we could have that without, breaking the copyright protections.
Got it.
A detailed response would be for Echo 2, which currently isn't in the network, but we'll follow up on that. If it were a product that we marketed through our recopyright system, you could receive any product we have and use it at your leisure, and if you recopied it, be compensated for each recopy made. So in that way, you're not exposing yourself in any fashion legally.
Okay.
Okay, Kurt, thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, we're going to go to a message, and we'll be right back after this.
There's a company in Seattle that has a lot of people writing fan letters. Listen to what they're saying.
There are not many pieces of software for which I can say I got my money's worth, but yours qualifies for that accolade.
No other program's done as much to stretch the reach of my software or surprise me with my own imagination.
What has all these people so excited? It's a program called ProKey, and it works like this. ProKey can speed up any repetitive process that you and your IBM PC or PC compatible have to go through on a daily basis. Whether you're accessing a database or working with a spreadsheet, ProKey remembers all your repetitive keystrokes. All you do is hit one key, and ProKey does the rest.
ProKey opens a whole realm of exciting possibilities in making computers friendly to new users.
ProKey by Rosesoft.
ProKey, where am I? You can purchase ProKey by Rosesoft at Entree Computer Stores. In Los Angeles, Entree is located at 2401 West 6th Street, or call 738-5935. That's 738-5935. This message is sponsored by Soft Team Distributors. Okay, I'm back. I'm here. I think I'm all here. And we're here with Tony Sneed. Tony, I have a question.
Yes.
Now, you market software through this company that you have. What kind of software is available? Is there any software available through you that's also available through software stores, or is this really an alternative, and it's all alternative software?
That's a good question, Ellen. Currently, we're sitting on about $3 million in product that the 8 software production companies that we represent have invested. That's intellectual capital, if you will, they spent to build the product. Some of the products are marketed through traditional retail stores. Others are made by authors that have created products that we've reviewed, had our product specialist try to destroy, and once the product meets our product excellence standards, we'll push it through the network. Then it's up to the product and the following that it gains to grow a network or not, which means the free market.
What are some names of software, of commercially known software, software that I might see in a store that you carry?
There's a product that we have called MyCalc, which is a spreadsheet product that's rather popular. It gives you about 75% of the Lotus 123 spreadsheet function for $49.95. Again, the cost is so low because the recopyright is protected, the author's copyright is protected, and they discounted the software to us significantly because they knew each recopy that went out was generating more revenue for them.
Any other titles that I might recognize?
Some of the other ones, we have a product that is being reviewed in PC Technical Journal that overlaps ProKey's function. It's called Instant Recall. It goes for $49.95, and it has some features ProKey missed that we're really excited about. We'll be negotiating down the road with the major software manufacturers. The threshold that they've set for us when we called on them is when the network reaches about 1,000 recopies of product. That's when they feel it's viable for them to inject their product into it.
How many people do you have involved in the network at this point, or don't you really know?
Right, yes, we do know because it's on a database. There are currently 150 people in the network spread over 5 states, 20 cities, and 3 countries. Branches operating even in Melbourne, Australia, Seoul, South Korea, and Mr. Donaldson is handling our local branch in London, England.
Okay. And when did this company start again?
It officially began June of '83. That's when the venture capital was forwarded. And for 6 months, market research was done to design the perfect recompensation system for our representatives. A training program was also developed so that as users decided they wanted to become representatives, there was an efficient way to educate them to properly represent our goals and objectives, which is to respect our customers' intelligence.
Yes, I know. I hear respect for intelligence a lot. It reminds me of IBM's respect for the individual. It's very similar.
It is. In fact, Mr. Sterling, who was with the company, I think drew from there. His only difference was respect for the individual it was indefinite. It was, was it conformity or what? We felt if you respect the intelligence of the individual, whether it's the user, the representative, or the author, that invariably that system would have some very positive attributes, which we found that it does.
Got it. Well, listen, it's been a short half hour as usual, as always, and I want to thank you for being here. We will wrap up with everything and tell you what's happening tomorrow and next week right after this message.
If Lotus had given you just one,
a spreadsheet that's up to 50 times faster than other spreadsheets, with every statistical and financial formula you'll ever need, and the largest workspace on the market.
that would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just two,
Information management, to store and organize information with the ability to cross-index over 2,000 records by 32 criteria, and use information from other programs and computer systems.
that would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just three,
Graphics, to graph information from your spreadsheet in less than 2 seconds, and change that information, touch a key, and graph the new results instantly. Graphics as a thinking tool.
that would have been enough.
But Lotus has given you more. Text editing, tutorials, a help key, and a host of features which give Lotus 123 its power and simplicity.
Lotus 123 is available at the Software Spot, 10977 Santa Monica Boulevard in West Los Angeles. Or phone 213-477-7561. That's 213-477-7561.
The Software Spot, the oldest independently owned and operated software store in Los Angeles. A soft sell dealer.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
If anybody has questions about TASNet, call us at the Famous Computer Cafe, 394-7242, and we'll get you in touch with him, okay? Tomorrow is Dr. Disk, your favorite and mine. Don't forget, he and Nurse Ellen, that's me, will be here tomorrow answering all your questions.
I want to let you know that Kurt, you are the winner of our software giveaway today. You're going to receive a copy of Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451.
And on Monday, I want to remind you there will be no calls. It's a holiday, and even we take a holiday sometimes.
We will have a show on Monday.
But we will have a show. So listen, next Wednesday we'll be talking about taxes, and next Thursday we'll be talking from the floor of the Macworld Expo. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.